your Janma Nakshatra is Ashwini and you're a woman, this is what the ancient texts say about you. You will charm people with your words before they even realize it. Beneath that charm lies a quiet, patient determination. Let's understand why. Sarvebhyo namaskaraha. Welcome back to Astro Science. I'm Archna, Murthy, a Vedic astrologer and a Vastu consultant. You're on my channel where I spread awareness on Jyotisha Shastram. I've started covering the 27 Nakshatras. The first episode in this series introduced Ashwini Nakshatra and focused primarily on the Ashwini male. We explored his physical appearance, personality, decision making, and why the ancient texts say that even Yama himself cannot change his decision. Many of those qualities apply to the Ashwini female as well. So do watch that episode if you haven't already. Today let's understand the Ashwini female. Sweet in speech, patient by nature, and quietly determined. There is a beautiful shloka on this. It says, Jata Ashwinishu Pramada Manogna Prabhuta Kosha Priya Darshanacha Priyam Vada Sarva Sahabirama Buddhyanvita Deva Guru Prasakta. In essence, it tells us that a girl born in Ashwini Nakshatra has a beautiful, attractive personality. She is understanding and wise with a strong financial standing. She is pleasant to look at, sweet in her speech, has great tolerance and patience, is intelligent, and holds deep respect for the divine and for her elders and gurus. One thing you will notice in this shloka is that it doesn't just describe one quality. It brings together appearance, speech, intelligence, patience, wealth, and spirituality. In other words, the classical texts present the Ashwini female as someone whose personality is balanced across many different aspects of life. Of course, this is only a summary. A single shloka cannot capture every dimension of a person's personality. That is why the classical texts go on to describe her nature, family life, career, and health in greater detail. So let's now look at each of those aspects one by one. Let's begin with her physical appearance. An Ashwini female tends to have bright, expressive eyes, often compared in the classical text to the eyes of a fish, and a naturally magnetic appearance. Now coming to her character, she has a technique of drawing anybody close to her simply through her sweet speech. She maintains a lot of patience, but at the same time she has strong, passionate desires. She is someone who feels things intensely, and yet she is pure-hearted. Here's something interesting. Even while living in a modern society, she maintains the age-old tradition of respecting her elders. But don't mistake that for being old-fashioned. She also carries a confident, independent streak. She isn't afraid to try new things or take risks, and she has a natural sense of leadership within her. If you know an Ashwini woman, you've probably seen this yourself. She'll walk into a new city, a new job, or a completely new situation without the hesitation most people feel. She simply gets on with it. That ability to step into unfamiliar situations with confidence often allows her to adapt quickly. Instead of overthinking every change, she usually prefers to understand the situation and simply move forward. Now coming to her education and career, if she is employed, she may lose interest in her job after the age of 50 and may quit or take voluntary retirement. This is often because by then she has reached a stage where financial necessity is no longer the driving force behind her work. Thereafter, she devotes herself to the welfare of her family and often takes up social work as well. An administrative job is likely to suit her well. Given that Ashwini's presiding deities are the divine physicians themselves or the Ashwini Kumaras, she may also find herself drawn towards healing professions, medicine, Ayurveda, or wellness. More broadly, she tends to do well in professions where she can guide, organize, support, or improve the lives of others. She often finds satisfaction in work that has a meaningful purpose beyond just financial rewards. Coming to her family life, the ancient text suggests that her married life is generally more harmonious if marriage takes place a little later. She is quick to respond to the needs and desires of her children and finds real joy and fulfillment in that bond. And whenever time permits, she keeps the house clean and quite often gets everyone else in the house to do the same. So far, we have looked at her personality, career, and family life. The final aspect the classical text describes is her health, because physical and mental well-being also form an important part of understanding any nakshatra. Overall, the science describes her health as reasonably good. There isn't an indication of chronic weakness as a defining characteristic here. For Ashwini, the main cause of many health concerns can often be unnecessary mental worry and anxiety. If this worry isn't checked in time, it can lead to more serious issues later in life. She should also be careful while cooking or handling fire. Insomnia, menstrual difficulties are also known to be seen in her. So that is the Ashwini female. Sweet spoken, patient yet passionate, modern yet deeply rooted in tradition, confident and independent yet devoted to family, someone who quietly holds her family together, often without asking for anything in return. And perhaps that is why the ancient texts describe her as gentle in speech and strong in character. That, along with everything we have covered for the Ashwini male in the last episode, completes the picture of Ashwini. Together, these two episodes give us a much fuller understanding of the qualities traditionally associated with this nakshatra. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Please subscribe and support the spread of Jyotish Shastram knowledge to everyone. Dhanyavadaha.